lanes heavily. Right now, I'm very confused.
I
What is
think they're
going
trying to
on?
be incredibly greedy, and yeah, they're running the good old. I'm not a huge fan of this. They're running the carry slaughter.
Yeah, it's scary Slider here.
Um, Now, well, I say I'm not a huge fan of it. I just think that he's not a hero that has as much utility or impact as the Sven as a carry, right? He doesn't have any inbuilt cleave like a Sven. He does have a big old stun, which can really help out, and he hits like a truck. But not sure he'll get as much work done as a Sven does with the same amount of farm.
Yep. And just the constant harassment is going to be nice. But at least they did the thing I was talking about, where if you have the top lane OD, he's going to get super pressured. At least they have the Lina as the support to clear out the waves. And they have double stuns. So once they have Sprint online for Slardar, we could see some easy pickoffs here on Skylark. So he has to be a little bit careful. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane...
Yeah. Did you see that? The Ghost Stick just ran up and was like, "I'm gonna smack you around, Rubik," and they actually were forced to have Madara body block. Like Madara had to body block the Enchantress so that she couldn't just keep going. She does have excellent base
top.
move speed.
Here we go. Stun.
Okay, we've already got some action. Skylark he's trying to just walk it away. There he goes. The stun comes out. Will we see another Light Striker Ray? Does manage to hit Skylark. A couple more auto attacks. He's running away. He does not have a Fairy Fire, but nope, he will get on out. Oh, and as you said, in mid, okay, it's looking good. It should just be Death Prophet being a little unhappy.
No bottom lane. They have a snowball. I think they're going to kill off Tusk.
Oh no, Rubik in the lift, and now that'll be our first blood. Finally, first blood. I'm waking up. I'm not
Top
alive.
lane, we have another sprint. They're going for Skylark again. Nope, he's just going to... He had the crush, but not enough mana for Iron Man. Just maybe playing really aggressive.
Everybody's playing really aggressive. Let's just, I mean, I don't know how much America's Dota you've been casting, but it used to be that America's was thought to be the region with a lot of action, 2 kills a minute. This game, trying to show us that Russian Dota is still exciting.
No, yeah. This is where you want to be a caster in these situations. Well, for me, I enjoy the longer games at some point, so I can theory craft of, like, what's the new build, what's the here now, what will help them win the game, but... And... now that we have a little bit of time here, I mean, that first blood was nice, and it's going to help out a lot. The Doom's been doing his job in the bottom lane. Ghost Stick's just kind of forced to stay in the bottom lane and just be that carry position here for the Enchantress. She's not going to be able to use those creeps as effectively, and now they have a Purge creep on the Doom. That's going to help out a lot for chasing down heroes. Problem is, it costs 120 mana.
Yeah.
So he's not going to have any mana to work with if he uses it.
Another thing I'm a little bit worried about for Finem, I was expecting Thug to do much better in the early levels against Solo here in this mid lane. He is in trouble, to say the least. 6-4 against 14 and 8. Solo is destroying this lane, and I think a lot of that coming down to skill. Solo's been astral imprisoning quite a bit, but Thug really should, with Crypt Swarm, have the upper hand.
Yeah, I was going to touch on it before the game, but didn't really have the time or, thought about it, where you have these team from Fantastic Five, newly kind of formed, but their players are all exceptional. Whereas Team AF, they've been playing amazing Dota as of recent, and they've been a team. But their skill level, I don't think it's on the, the same thing as maybe, Yol. Oh, here we go.
We have a little bit of a Spirit Siphon. Oh, the Nature's Prophet ends up coming on in. There is an Astral Imprisonment. They actually drop it on the Death Prophet's spot, and he's going in, but he's going to be the first to drop. A nice snowball save. They will get Solo. Maybe looking for more here onto that Tusk. Not quite able to get him, but all in all,
that's well worth it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, you force TP rotations and your Doom support goes down for the mid, and then we were talking about it. Thug was getting crushed. Now he's even on CS, and he's 300 gold ahead right now.
Oh yeah, desperately needed that for the Death Prophet. As you mentioned, she was just getting bullied in that lane. So. Ghost Stick, though, now he is alone on this bottom lane. Of course, he's got himself up a Purge creep as well, because why not? Why doesn't everyone have it? There's some terrible harassment. Is this a smoke? It looks like it. Fantastic Five opening up with it. They want to murder someone, hoping to even out that mid lane again, get it back in their favor.
I don't know if when this ward was placed from the Radiant side behind the tier 1. Oh, they might have...
Here they go. There's no way. Oh, the Light Striker. It does manage to, but the Invis. They've dropped a sentry in the mid lane. Nature's Prophet coming in again. Ice Shards doesn't matter. We've got trees on RMM. He should end up going down. And they're also still looking for more Doom right up in their faces, being a tanky mofo. Telekinesis as well. There's going to be a nice little Astral Imprisonment. Maybe next time has to back out a little. But again, 2 kills for the side of Finem. Sure, a lot of people had to rotate, but also 2 supports going down.
Oh my goodness. They're just playing like a well-oiled machine right now. Or in the early game stage, you see this ward behind the tower. Going to circle it here. I was trying to talk about it before the gank. And he had the Invis rune to work with. They did bring the sentries, but they didn't really set up the gank in time. And it's really hard to set up kills with Snowball because it's one of those skills that's 0.5-second stun duration. It's nothing. You can't just light strike array afterwards, get easy kills. It takes a lot of skill to... Ooh, the courier. Hey, courier. Hey, Froggy. Give me. Spartan. It'd be pretty
Not
cool if
quite
you could
able
use...
to, yeah.
Yeah.
The courier, though, may have just scouted out the ward drop. They were paying attention. This rune, okay, I'm not quite sure what is going on here with the Tusk. He is going to get slowed up, takes the blade. Oh, Thug, actually not blocked out there. The snowball will just delay the inevitable, and Madara, he has a Stormhammer here, so goodbye to Mr. Tusk. Thug getting a lot of gold, because she stole
Top lane,
those
though.
creeps,
They've
too.
got the level 6 on Havos finally. Armor going to clean up that kill, but...
Oh, well, RMM will go down. Maybe next time. He has gotten so much work done this game.
Maybe next time, too. He's going to be... This TP up helped out a lot, getting that solo EXP for the Lina, and now he's going to be on his well on his way to level 6 here in the off lane, and that's good. And you also have the Nature's Prophet is respawning recently, so Havos can't go for these really aggressive dives onto the Rubik. They just don't have the firepower, and I'm waiting for the setup on bottom lane. They have to get really aggressive, as we talked about from Fantastic 5. That's how their lineup works. If it doesn't do really well in the early game, it's not going to be enough scaling into the later stages of the game.
Yeah, they definitely have some power peaks, though, that I think they can take advantage of. Obviously, Odie, a hero who, as he gets levels, is really powerful. Ghostic, once having that impetus up. Oh, we have the stun. Light Striker are going to be what they lead with. Snowball out. Ice Shards. Spartan is stuck out. The impetus now coming for him, but the heal doing enough. Ghostic should have one more auto attack with the speed boost from the Sven. What a bro. And it looks like Spartan should be able to walk this one off.
So kind, so loving. Where's my Sunstrike now? Or Zeus ultis? Oh, mid lane, they're gonna dive on PCC.
They do manage to get the sprout of Astral Imprisonment onto Thug, but they have support in the side, and his Eclipse does more than enough damage. Thug limping away with no mana, support rotating in, but it is too little too late. They've already murdered the Doom.
That double damage rune. Plus the added Arcane Orb effect with, maxed out. Oh man. Probably not the time to take that team fight. If Thug had his ulti online, you could do that, 9 out of 10 times, and you get the kill onto the deep or onto the OD, or force him to back out. But just a little bit too aggressive there from Team AF. Bottom lane, rotations.
Yeah, they want to give it a go onto Skylark. He's deep under the tower. Does he have anyone coming in? There's going to be a sprout onto RNM, making it difficult for her, but she lands the blind light strike array, and now Skylark's certainly dead, trying to run into the Enchantress to take less from that impetus, but just the auto attacks will do it. And Ghostic, he takes a bit from the tower, but it doesn't matter.
No, maybe he could have made a sneakier play after the light strike array had hit. Could have maybe sprouted himself instead of the Lina and try to TP away, but at the end of the day, he goes down, and Skylark seems to be the one helping out Team Fantastic 5 here, feeding over 3 kills already on, and with only level 6 now they can put the pressure on, though, from Team AF. We have really good leveling on the Rubik. He's almost level 6. Doom is making his way up there, and I'm just really worried for Team Fantastic 5. They're doing a really good job coming back into this with these 2 kills, and the one in the mid lane, one in the bottom, but they still need to keep the pressure up.
Additionally, they might have the pressure up. They are farming really well. That's Havost. Havost on the slaughter doing really well when it comes to farm. Should have Blink up shortly. I'm a little concerned from, even if he gets up this Blink, running into a Sven. He's a great counter to his slaughter with that Warcry to buff up his armor. Also, they need desperately to burst down this Death Prophet, and if you sprint Blink in, she may just exorcism on your face and do a lot of hurt.
Her spooky things. This is, it's one of those situations where Slardar this game is it's nice to have. It's a really good Doom counter because he doesn't have that much armor. But when he has, you know, a Ring of Basilius, Tranquil Boots, and has a toughness aura, he's got plus 10 armor right now from the Doom. And then talked about it, the War Cry is going to help Sven out for survivability. But they do have the burst damage from the Lina once she gets her level 6, and Odie taking away people's mana in these team fights can help out a lot, just because, you know, Sven, Doom, they rely heavily on their mana, and they don't have that much intelligence, so their mana is going to be gone in team fights, and both teams are just, you know, feeling each other out, both missing their smoke timings here around the 10-minute mark, and that's just good play so far from both teams.
Yeah, Slaughter really trying to use that smoke blink initiation, the, hey, surprise guys, look what I've got. Not going to find anything, but at the same time, they are just slightly on Fantastic 5 ahead in the gold, ahead a bit more in the experience thanks to Enchantress and the lack of Skylock being able to be super effective on that Nature's Prophet. But as you said, game timings, if you're here for Ad Finem, do you just try to, you know, make a bit of space? Say Skylock can always fall back on the split pushing, because you're late game looking really fly with this Sven.
Yeah, they have the OD counter and the Doombringer. They have just a lot of DPS coming out from Sven once he gets his Blink Dagger, or even just running at the people. Death Prophet, obviously know how tanky she can be. Her Exorcism online bottom lane.
We
Though,
have
they're
TPs coming in. Skylock going to see if he can get anything set up. He's disabled the blink, but he needs to hit Slaughter. Again, the Spirit Siphon is going to be what's helping out there, and Doom coming from above. There's the Doom going, and yeah, looking like we're suiciding. We're just trying to kill ourselves, saying, hey, please don't give them experience and gold. Madara will get the last hit with the Stormhammer. So a nice little bounty for TPing in. And now maybe they'll do a push of their own on bottom, but at the same time, R&M and this Tusk poking away at top.
You know what? One thing that I wanted to talk about right now is just, you see the Sentry Ward and over here? Obviously, as players now, you can see where the camp blocks and stuff. And obviously, Joel's going to be placing a ward. He knows what's going to be blocked, but we don't. We don't see this, and I kind of figured that Fantastic 5 was going to try to make a play soon to block those camps. He's already cleared it out once. Imagine if he keeps clearing out, he's going to boost tremendously above everyone, and it's just going to be a huge problem. Top lane?
Yeah, they want it. They're going to jump deep under the tower. Maybe next time with the telekinesis, though. Oh, he stole Sanity. He's like, oh, no. Wait.
He stole it earlier,
yeah,
but...
he stole used it, and then he immediately stole the amp. That was cute. So,
that was a huge misplay coming in from Vost. He attacked him. He did what?
You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Telekinesis, though, as
Hope for that bash % when you don't have it leveled up. I agree.
Yeah, not only that, but of course telekinesis instant cost. So, not something to play with if you let them turn around. We've got a TP out, not wanting to lose that bottom tower. Something we haven't mentioned too much, but the map control for Fantastic 5, pretty good. They've already taken their enemy's safe lane tower, and they're poking away at top now too. It's not a super impactful tower, but with this ward and this deep ward, they have pretty good vision of rotations up around the map.
Yeah, and because they have the ward there, you jinxed it. They de-ward it immediately.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And that's 2 wards now. And this one's about to time out for Fantastic 5. They're not going to have any vision except 1 ward for the next 5 minutes, I feel. And that can be, you know, devastating if you're not putting out pressure, as we talked about. Odie is one of those heroes that need to get his farm up. He has drums already. But at the same time, you have this carry Slardar. You have to gank ASAP or make something happen, right? You have Odie. He has Arcane Orb. You have Enchantress, Untouchable. You have Amplify Damage. Make something happen at the Roche Pit. Before Sven gets his Blink Dagger, before the Doom came back up, like once the Doom was used, maybe they could have all TP'd into that bottom lane, got the tier, got Roshan, and then, you know, keep pushing down the towers for Fantastic 5. But I'm going to have a pause here. Wonder what the problem is. Probably going to flame.
It's probably hotkeys, right? I mean, there have been little patches here and there. I know they're trying to fix. After the big spring cleaning, obviously a lot of players had broken hotkeys, and could just be pizza at the door too, you know?
I want pizza. You know something that's funny though? At the beginning of the game when Spartan said 1-0 Kappa, I thought he said he was declaring his win. Because normally,
Yeah.
because if it was what he was saying, it's 0-1 because
Yes.
he's not up right now. He would be 0-1. That's why it confused the hell out of me. But
I too was. I thought he was being like cocky, which is really weird because the Spartan. I actually really like Adfinom's team. They've been working together for a long time, like you mentioned in earlier in the game. And something that always particularly impresses me is I've seen Adfinom pick a lot of heroes, and the first time I ever saw Spartan play Earth Spirit, he was awful at it. Like, it was the worst Earth Spirit I ever saw. I was just like, holy shit, I think they just picked it because it's OP. And then the third time I see them pick Earth Spirit, it's like as good as other teams. You know, they clearly practiced it and worked on it. And similarly with the Spartan's Chen and so on.
Spartan's and Kappa before. No, they've been working hard. Oh, we're gonna find RMN here.
Oh yeah, get yourself some little bit of Lena. She's gonna stun. Try to go for the TP away. Is she actually no? Unable to get this. Dragon Slave comes out at the last second from the Rubik. Oof, that was close.
And here you go. They talked about it too. They're like, hey, let's go stream snipe what Ryu just said. I mean, it was pretty easy. And Spartan.
Oh no, we've
nice
got
bait.
ourselves a Doom. He's taking a lot of damage here. The Sanity's Eclipse is online if they want to make sure they get rid of all their mana. They have to be careful here. Nature's Treants will go down. But with that, they have contested the Roshan. Oh goodness, and we've got an Exorcism. They can just pretty easily take this if they want on the lineup of Adfinem. It is scary. Both teams really good Roshan pit fight. If you have the Slaughter blinking in here, there's going to be a big AoE stun. Right now they only have two in the pit. The tree's trying to block them out a little bit. They're turning around to go for the fight. There's going to be the Astral Imprisonment. Two of them silenced up. Telekinesis onto the Tusk. What are they doing? There's a roll in. Finally stun from the Slaughter. They're looking for the spot, and Sanity's Eclipse going to doom the Doom. And now Thug having to back on out, looking like this Roshan again going to the Dire, but maybe there's still a little bit of time, and no, it's going to be Aegis in the hands of OD, and Adfinem unable to salvage that fight. Skylark trying to push out top, but now Slaughter, he is going for the Slithering Crush. There, he'll get it, and Skylark just a few auto attacks away from death, as you talked about. No points in that bash yet, so Skylark just trying to walk it off, but there is no hope. Oh no, he blinks forwards. Gonna go down.
Yeah, it just shows you how underwhelming DP's ulti at level 1 can be, and I thought they had the turnaround potential there, but they just don't have enough catch mid lane.
Spirit Siphon will come out onto Ghost Stick, but he is just gonna sprint his pretty little tail away. Has those drums up. Actually not the most common build for Enchantress, but clearly working out for them. And now Ice Shards, Doom trying to find someone to drop that ult on. Yeah. Not great. Not the best.
You just see the problem with Team AF's lineup right now. It's their initiation. It was kind of crippling them there. What I was screaming about when they went in the Roche pit, he had this huge Crypt Swarm that canceled Havos Blink Dagger, and I thought they were going to get the Doom off onto the OD and then potentially catch somebody, but Madara just got his Sanjin Yasha up. So even though they did get the Roche, Madara's still farming like a beast, and once he has his Blink Dagger online, they can potentially blow up some targets. The problem is, Fantastic Five have an amazing lineup for disengaging against all of their heroes at times. You have OD, Astral Imprisonment. You also have the Tusk with his Snowball. His shards can be very annoying. And then it's going to be really good disengages coming in from Fantastic Five.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's not... I think that they're now into the hard part of the game for Adfinem, where Fantastic Five, their lineup very strong here. We've got an Enchantress very close to a Dragon Lance. We've got OD, who's clearly having a field day, has that blink up. I imagine he can just work straight on the sheep or something next. You can be pretty greedy here with the Aegis, and you're Dire. You're feeling comfortable, you'll get the next one. They do have the Satar Tormentor hanging the tower for them. They should be able to take this. Thing's dead. No more Unholy Aura for them. But at the same time, looking like mid tower will be going down. More map control for Fantastic Five. And there's just no fight Adfinem can put up here. Trying to push the opponent's safe lane tower to make something happen here. Madara.
Really greedy top lane.
Oh, God strength. And yeah, there are mass DPs coming in. Madara, he needs to get on out. We're at least seeing Sespartan. Oh, goodness. He just dooms up Ghost Stick. I'm not sure that was the play. And now Sespartan will slowly fall here. They do secure the escape for their Sven, but dropping Doom for nothing. Oh no, and the tower denied.
And now they have the Fortify to work with in the bottom lane here. Fortify to work with the bot. Okay.
Dire's bottom tower
And moving
has
on.
fallen.
Don't need that tower either. So that's still really good map control coming out from Team AF. They put pressure on the bottom and the top. As you said, Doom down. It's not the biggest thing in the world if Fantastic Five, take a team fight, then it would be. But I don't think they're gonna have enough time to really put the pressure on right now. They're just all spread up farming because of the Nature's Prophet split push.
Yeah, we haven't taken too much of a look at the net worth. It is in favor of Fantastic Five, but again, this Sven, he is almost 2k gold ahead of the OD. He's about to have that blink, and as you mentioned, that's going to be a big game changer. We have a haste out on Thug Telekinesis. They're trying to go on the Snowball Man. He's running back into them. This should be an easy kill, and now they've caught out RNM, although she stuns her way free. Ice Shard's just too short. They're not going to find two, but at the very least, getting something on Finem.
Really good job still coming in from AF. They even fighting against the Aegis there. They know their positioning. They know when to team fight, and Tusk just getting a little bit greedy for that ward. It's like, oh, I have a sentry ward. They just placed the ward. Let me take it. Let me take it. But got punished for it. And Odie needs to be a little bit careful here. Aegis will be running out in about 40 seconds. Don't want to be too far forward once that runs out here. I'm very surprised, though, that Thug didn't cast his silence during that little skirmish there. That's going to be the bigger things, too, for me. Like, can he stop, Fantastic Five from just snowballing away? He's got his Yules almost up. Can he do some really good combos? Yules into silence.
Oh, they have caught out that Madara up in that top lane. They'll see the Nature's Prophet is with him, too, so they'll back on out, but unfortunately, they were looking for that solo kill on Madara, and he's actually spending a lot of time in the trees. He's still ahead when it comes to gold, but he's been spending a lot of time sneakily up in these trees when he just needs to be farming.
It's really good. They're playing really good right now from Team AF. Even though you say, oh, Fantastic Five, they just got Roche earlier on. They're doing a really good job. OD's farming exceptionally well, but that's not the case. It's more so Sven. He's doing a really good job. They're pushing out all their lanes, and they're not finding the kills that they want to from Fantastic Five. So I think right now, in the driver's seat, we can see that I want to say Team AF, just because we talked about it earlier, even though they're down 3k right now, they're putting on the pressure around the map, and they're farming exceptionally well on their Savin and their Death Prophet.
I'm a little bit concerned about them not finding anything, but if they can find the slaughter here, unfortunately nighttime. Oh, they're gonna go for it. Do they have the stop? They do, but he blinks away.
Jules.
And there will not be the instant stop. Unable to catch Ghostic either. A whiff from Finem. While I agree that them not getting picked off around the map is good, it just feels like Fantastic Five able to make them play their game. There's gonna be the stun. Okay, Havost. I'm not quite sure what the play here was. OD gonna use that Astral Imprisonment to save his teammate. Havost in a little bit of trouble still though. Telekinesis onto the OD, and no more Aegis here. This OD should be going down. Death Prophet coming on. They managed to kill off the Slaughter. A nice Centaur Stomp coming out, and now OD, just one more Crypt Swarm will bring this bad boy down. They managed to get it. There's a snowball at the ready. Impetus shots going around. Walrus Punch over onto Skylark, but he's stuck in the trees, and they should be finding the Tusk here. RNM now Astral Imprisoned on the sidelines by the Rubik. They're looking for some more. They will get the Tusk. They will get RNM, and a big win for Finem. 4 down on Fantastic Five, and this should be an easy tier 2.
It's one of those problems where you're like, oh, well, Sven might be on his own there. They might have TP'd or rotated out, but that wasn't the case. AF were ready to respond there. Nice blink reaction coming out from Madara or Madara. I really need to ask him how to spell his name, because I love calling him Madara from Naruto, guys. Sorry for nerding out now, but really love those characters here. But yeah, this is high ground siege time, and I don't know how they stop them. They have the Slaughter coming back now.
I'm actually a little surprised they didn't poke at the tower more, but the really safe play coming out from Finem, and they just got away with murder.
No, at the same time, yeah, you can say, well, DP didn't have enough mana. They backed out. Sven ulti was still there, but at the same time, you just accumulated like 6k net worth or something. That's probably how they feel when you take that team fight, take that tier 2. You get all these extra items, but you're not going to have them during that team fight immediately. You have to back up and finish them. and then get the items on your hero. So that's a really good smart play from Team AF. They're just like, hey, we're going to poke it as much as we can, and they knew exactly when to get out. They knew that they could get the tier 3 tower, and they backed away.
I think it's also really important to
Dire's
mention
top tower is under attack.
Advenom, they were behind before that. They've now gotten a little bit of help with Roche control, because knocking down that bottom tower, that tier 2, always makes sure that you have just a little bit more. There's still the mid tower to TP2. But it's going to be a short Roche on Advenom. They will have Exorcism up, I believe, for this next Roche contest. So as long as they know about it, they should be able to do something there.
Yeah, both lineups right now can take Roshan pretty easily. Talked about it earlier from Fantastic 5, how their lineup kind of works against it. For the sign of Team AF, all you really have to do is just pop DP ulti, and they can be bursted down immediately. God Strength is also a key thing. And another thing to note, he just picked it up, I think, in the last 1 or 2 minutes. Doom now has the Alpha Wolf. Alpha Wolf plus Sven, and oh man, you're going to see some big crits coming out.
Okay, but we've got the stun by Havos. He didn't realize the entire team was there. Light Striker Ray coming out, and oh goodness, they've blown up too immediately. This Rubik on point with his stolen spells, and Enchantress is gonna run her fluffy little tail away, but they've got her sprouted up. Madara's like, whatever, I don't care too much about your untouchable. We'll get you eventually, and they bring down Ghostic. 16-7, suddenly the map wide open for Advenom, and looking to take this first game despite what the score indicator says.
Yeah, I shout out a little bit to maybe next time this. We haven't really talked about him too much this game, but he's just keeps stealing all of Tuskar's spells. He's like, I'm just gonna have ice shards the whole time, and he's made some good plays and some bad plays. So some of his blocks have been on point, some of them not. But it's one of those Rubik games where you don't have that many big items to spells to steal, and he's still making these little spells look pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's actually a kind of a nice game for him from the standpoint of you can generally get something nice from the Lina, or as you said, Tusk, you're getting something, but it's also about how he's been using them, right? Even when he gets something like Dragon Slave, making sure to turn it into a kill. This Roche going down very quickly,
Well, this could be
Sigil gonna
very
slow
bad for
things.
Team AF.
Yeah,
Oh,
we have
my
got
goodness.
people rotating in from Fantastic 5. Tree's gonna try to give them a bit of vision, but there they go. Slaughter jumping in. Their ice shells kind of block it. A nice Sanity's Eclipse. Exorcism is popped, and they'll manage to pick off the Slaughter, but OD still poking away at them. Not able to kill the Doom. Tusk will secure it, losing his life in the process, and so will Lina go down. Enchantress, the sole survivor. Roshan gonna be going over to Advenom, and that should translate into
Radiant's
Rax.
top tower
I don't see how Fantastic 5, with no buyback, stop this
Yeah,
push.
this is over. This seems over, at least for the bottom racks, and potentially the mid one too. But the reason why I said it was looking really bad is because, one, we didn't talk about Sven having BKB there, and two, they were all clumped up. But as I said that, they immediately all backed away, the two cores, DP and Sven, and they waited. They waited patiently for Havos to play too aggressive, and in these situations, you have to have, sometimes you have those instincts as an initiate player, like, oh, I think Roshan's about to die, I'm gonna go in and I'm going in. But at the same time, you have Enchantress, you have Ice Shards, you can scout, you have a Tusk with, Sigil. Sometimes you don't have to play that aggressive because you can get more information. And Havos is just he's the only one that's been caught out, the last 3 or 4 times in this game. It's nobody else really, and it's hard to pinpoint everybody else when he's their initiator. He can't get picked off in the bottom lane, can't get picked off in that Roche fight there, and it's pretty difficult.
It's also part of the problem with the Slaughter Initiator Damager. You just have to do so much with perfect positioning with a Slaughter carry, and I'm just not sure he can. And while he did set up a really good Sanity's Eclipse there for the OD, but unfortunately hadn't had enough time to steal up that int, no longer playing from ahead. It's been quite a while since this OD has been ahead, and it's rough. There might be a quick pick. No, he's not even going for it. Let's see if he can kill off Thug here. Thug with the silence, gonna Spirit Siphon, getting all of his health back up. There's a lot of support coming around, though. Thug has overextended. Yule's up. He's got support coming in. Nature's Prophet from behind. Can Thug walk it off? Astral Imprisonment stolen by maybe next time, just saving his teammates left, right, and center. Thug again, Astral imprisoned up. Will he be able to get away this time? OD will go down. Thug somehow still alive, and they have caught out the Tusk. Ghostic doomed up. This is a disaster for Fantastic 5. Ghostic will will be falling to the
shot.
Doom at the very least, and yeah, Doom wants it. 4 again, dead for Fantastic Fight. GG's are called. Oof.
Yeah, that was. That's why you don't pick the Slardar safe lane anymore, guys. I mean, it's the same principle as CDEC not picking a Queen of Pain. Sure, you can realistically get like a 10-15 minute Orchid, but the hero then is just kind of like paper. It's really squishy. This time, Slardar, sure, he gets that